Welcome to Popcorn Pistols, the channel where we break down movies, uncover hidden secrets, and dive into theories no one else is talking about. Today we're talking about something that could be a huge thing, because Fox McCloud was teased over the weekend for Mario Galaxy, and that's kind of revealed a Super Smash Bros. Movie is coming. All the speculation online is that we're going to get one. So let's get into what everyone is starting to notice. Of course, we've seen the image, and people are already putting together that, Fox McCloud's from Star Fox. He has nothing to do with the Mario universe, so why is he there? He's not from the Mushroom Kingdom, he's from a completely different franchise, so this isn't just a random background detail. Nintendo is very clear and careful with their characters. They only put things in when they're trying to tease or do something. They don't just throw in crossovers for no reason. So that could mean only one thing. They're starting to connect their worlds, something that we all thought they were doing from when Mario Bros. Released and earned like 1.2 billion. Now you step back and you start taking a closer look at the bigger picture. Nintendo's already proved that they can dominate the box office with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And of course they're not stopping there. We know a Zelda movie is in development, and we also know more Mario films are on the way. So what do you do when you have all these massive worlds? You of course connect them like the MCU did. Because that's exactly how every big cinematic universe starts. Small hints, background cameos, little crossovers that don't seem like a big deal at first, and then suddenly it all leads to one huge event. For Nintendo, the event is obviously Smash Bros, Super Smash Bros. And after the Fox McCloud tease, with it being real, this is kind of a real step forward into we're doing a Smash Bros film. So if Nintendo is building towards a Super Smash Bros movie, what would it actually look like? Because a lot of people hear fighting game movie and think of Mortal Kombat. How are you going to do it with Nintendo? Because Mortal Kombat is dark, violent, brutal, fatalities, blood, and shredded destruction. Which we know Nintendo is not going to do. Then you got the flip side of that, Injustice, where heroes are turning evil, heavy themes, a really dark storyline. Again, that's not Mario, that's not Pikachu, and that's not Nintendo. And even something more like, Street Fighter, which is more fun, more campy, focused on characters. That is a bit closer to what Nintendo's probably going to go for here. But the key difference is a Smash Bros. Movie wouldn't be about brutal 1v1 fights. It would be about crossover, chaos, and big team-ups. Characters from completely different worlds, meaning for the first time, thinking less fight tournament and more Avengers-style event, but for all ages. Of course, something would be fun, it would be colourful and massive, but still emotional enough to hit. Because that's what makes Nintendo work. So let's imagine this movie is actually going to be announced in the next coming weeks or months, and what can it actually look like? So Mario, Link, Pikachu, Kirby all pulled into a single world, maybe it's a multiverse collision. Again, multiverse is huge at the moment within cinema, with the MCU doing their Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, multiversal event. We had the DC stuff with The Flash in 2023. I'd kind of just prefer that after Mario Galaxy, it's kind of like they're sucked into something. It's not multiversal, like they're all in the same universe. They're just on different planets as such. Because doing a multiverse collision, unless they're going to build it up, just seems a bit pointless. And given the fact we're doing Mario Galaxy, and that's why Fox McCloud could be in this film, because we're going into the galaxy, just sort of feels a bit, a bit more easier. So instead of the 1v1 battles like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, what are we probably going to get? We're probably going to get epic team-ups and group fights with iconic stages like Final Destination, Hurl, and the Mushroom Kingdom coming to life. A villain like the Master Hand could be orchestrating the chaos, or maybe even a bigger crossover threat, which, to be honest, if you're going to do a big crossover event, you should just basically have Bowser do something with, all these Nintendo villains, and he should be the one orchestrating it, but I think the Master Hand's probably going to be the one they're going to choose. Of course, the best part of this is the tone would be perfect for kids and families. Colourful, fun, and exciting, but with stakes that make you care about the characters. Now, the thing is, kids of all ages probably play these Nintendo games. I've seen kids playing Nintendo games when I pop into a takeaway, they've got a Switch there, or they are at a restaurant and they've got their iPads, or they've got some form of device, and there's Mario's on, they're watching it, or they're watching a Nintendo product, sometimes on there. And I kind of think that that's kind of great. You know, kids are starting to care about these characters, but they're also not. Doing a Smash Bros. Movie straight off the ramp gun after Mario Galaxy just won't work. It just won't work. What you need to do is you need to do a Pokemon film. You need to do a Pikmin movie. You need to do a Zelda movie. You need to do a Star Fox film. You need to do Kirby. You need to do Metroid Prime. There's so many things you need to do before you even attempt to do this. Of course, the Fox McCloud cameo, as we're all calling it at the moment, but if you've been revealed as a poster, you're probably not a cameo. You're probably going to be a big part of the movie, I'd hope. Nintendo is already testing the waters for exactly this kind of universe building. And of course, we are all here for it, and people are getting excited. But again, once you open that door, you're halfway to Super Smash Bros., but you're kind of also halfway to killing off a universe before it even starts. Because Smash Bros. Has been all about bringing these worlds together. Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, Pokemon, Kirby, all under one roof. And with every new hint, like Star Fox showing up and we get closer to seeing it on the big screen, this isn't speculation anymore. It's a possibility that's growing by the day. I seriously think if Nintendo want to win, they need to sort of scale back their big idea and just do solo films. Maybe Smash Bros. Isn't their big idea, but we all know it is. Maybe Star Fox after Mario Galaxy is going to go get his own film. Fox McCloud's going to get his own film as Star Fox. And then we're going to get the Zelda film. And then we're going to get a Kirby film. And then we're going to get a reboot of the Pokemon franchise. In movies and TV or whatever they want to do with that. Like there's various things they can do before doing this. It's just a thought. And with that thought on your mind, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think a Smash Bros. Movie would do well? I personally do. But do you think rushing it is a bad idea, which is what I think? Or do you think, actually, no, I can forget all that because it's going to be a big film no matter what. And it could be the launching pad for all these solo films, which is another thing I have thought about. But I prefer they build all these characters up for audiences of movies first and then do the big event because it'll be such more of a payoff. Because remember, we know Mario from the video games, and Mario from the video games is completely different from Mario in the movie. Just saying. So with that being said, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video, turn on the notification bell, and hit subscribe because I'm trying to get to 35 subscribers before the 1st of April. So if anyone is seeing this and you are not subscribed, please go do so. Thank you all very, very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Let's hope a Smash Bros. Reveal is coming soon.